Have you ever looked around and felt like everyone else had life figured out except for you? You see people buying houses, getting promotions, getting married, and you just feel like you're somehow behind. I'm here to tell you that you are not alone, but you also don't have to live down on yourself. Hi, my name is Jasmine C, and this is a safe space for like-minded people like you who are just constantly trying to be a better version of themselves. I'm here to help, to grow alongside you, and to build a community that uplifts and inspires. Welcome to today's episode of Still Becoming. So the first thing that I want you to do if you're feeling behind is to normalize the feeling. Trust me, you are not alone. You are not the only person in the world that feels behind, especially if you are someone who is in your 20s or 30s. Trust me, if you ask around, most people are probably also feeling the same thing. We just don't really talk about it. The reason we feel this way is because society gives us a life checklist, which goes like this: graduate, career, marriage, house, kids. But the funny thing is that not everyone's life path is going to look like that. Majority of people's path is not going to work out that way. And unfortunately, when your life doesn't match that timeline, you somehow feel like you're failing. Social media just makes it all worse. We compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reels, but we only see the early success stories. Think about it. Have you ever been down bad at your lowest point and thought, you know what? Let me share this on Instagram so that everyone else around me can see me failing. No, we pick and choose what we want people to see, and we want people to perceive us in a good way, so we're only gonna post our wins. And that's okay, we're not evil for doing that, we're just human. We want people to think good of us. Unfortunately, however, this creates a very unrealistic feeling that everyone's life is just perfect, when that's really not the case. Feeling behind usually doesn't mean you're failing. It means that you are measuring your life using someone else's timeline. The faster that you realize this, the faster you'll be able to get out of that feeling behind mentality. This is what feeling behind is actually telling you. It may mean you're becoming more self-aware. You're questioning the life that you want. You're trying to grow instead of staying comfortable. Feeling lost is a part of finding direction. So if you feel lost right now, that's a good thing. Be grateful for that, because that means you're this close to finding the path. Growth phases often feel very confusing, but the progress you make isn't always visible. If you go to the gym for a week, you're not going to see the results right away, but the results are happening. You just don't see that. You don't see your muscles breaking down and rebuilding themselves. The same way that if you're reading a self-help book, you're not going to see your brain chemicals changing right away, but they are. That is what's happening, and you see that come up whenever you go through a situation and you implement what you read in that book. You see the change there. So just because progress isn't something you can physically see or touch does not mean that it's not happening. Another huge thing that you have to think about is that life is not a race. Here's the truth about life paths. There isn't one correct timeline for every single one of us. Everybody starts from different circumstances. Some people find their path at 18, some people find their path at 25, some people find their path at 40, but different timing leads to different growth. And you also can't expect your 18-year-old self to want the same thing that your 25-year-old self is going to want. The same way that you can't expect what your 25-year-old self wanted to still want the same thing at 40. You're going to be evolving throughout life, and with that, your goals are going to evolve as well. Your career path is going to evolve. That is exactly why it does not make sense for you to compare your life to anybody else's, especially when we all come from different backgrounds and different stories. It's just impossible for there to be one perfect timeline for every single person. And just remember that the path that takes the longest sometimes builds the strongest character. So again, if you're feeling behind, be grateful, because your time is coming and it will feel that much better whenever you do achieve your goals. And if you're comparing yourself to people that are your age that already have a career and you don't, that are already married and you're not, that already have a house and you don't, just remember that some people start careers early, but they burn out quickly. Some people take longer, but they find something they truly love. That's why you shouldn't compare timelines and think that someone else's life is just perfect and nothing bad happens to them, because number one, that's not true. But number two, many successful people had messy starts. Every phase you go through, even the bad ones, are important for your overall growth. You need to be grateful for the bad things and the bad times in your life, because they're all very important pieces of who you are still becoming. So if you are sitting there comparing yourself, feeling bad for where you are in life, this is what I need you to focus on instead. Number one, stop measuring your life to others. Comparison destroys perspective. If you're chronically just comparing your life to others, you're most likely only going to focus on the bad and what you lack. If you just have a lack mindset, nothing good is going to happen for you. You're not going to attract all the good that is meant for you. You're actually going to repel that because you're just stuck in such a lack mindset. Number two, focus on direction, not speed. Instead of asking yourself, why am I not there yet? Ask yourself this. Am I currently moving towards the person that I want to become? If the answer is no, I don't think you should be asking yourself why you're not there yet. Number 3, build small habits. Your life does not change just because you feel bad about yourself. Your life changes from daily choices, discipline, and consistency. And if you need any help with that, you can watch my last video where I talked about how to stay consistent without burning out. Because I know consistency is hard, but if you don't focus on your daily habits and being consistent and being disciplined, it's just not gonna happen for you. Instead of sitting there complaining and feeling bad for yourself, feeling sorry for yourself, make a change. Just focus on working on yourself. Focus on the direction that you're going. Focus on building those small habits that will improve your life. Focus on consistency. That's what matters the most. You can only go up from there. And stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. The fact that you're even watching this video right now already tells me that you're not falling behind. You're choosing in this moment to learn about yourself. You're trying to build discipline. You're trying to heal or grow. You're learning how to be a better person. And that is what matters. Timing, don't worry about it. Don't compare the timeline. Don't pour water into other people's cups. Pour water into your own. Because while you're there comparing yourself, pouring water into other people's cups, you're leaving yourself high and dry. So please, I'm here to remind you that you're not behind in life. You're simply in a chapter that just doesn't make sense to you yet. Most people figure things out way later than they truly admit. The important part is that you continue moving forward. Life is long. Your timeline is your own. Just because your life looks different right now than others does not mean that you're falling behind. It just means that you are still becoming, and that is a great place to be in. So if this video found you at the right time, I'm really happy that you're here. You're welcome to watch my other videos to try and help you grow and just be the best version of you that you can be. I'm still learning and figuring things out myself, but if we can do that together, that just tells me that I'm doing something right. So you're more than welcome to subscribe and be a part of Still Becoming. Bye.